Hi, my name is Terry LeClaire, and I want to share with you some really important information that I think buyers are really missing out on in this marketplace right now. So let's get into the numbers. I want to share with you what's happening. We all know right now that the mortgage rates are at pretty much an all-time high over the last number of years, at around 7%, give or take on the day. Now, a lot of us that are looking to purchase, we're waiting for the mortgage rates to drop, because when they drop, obviously our mortgage payment goes down per month. Now, some of you are waiting for it to get back into the fives again before you actually make a move. But I want to share with you some examples as to why it's not a good idea to actually wait and what the numbers actually tell us. So we're going to use a $1 million mortgage, and we're going to use a 7% interest rate right now. Now, if we were getting an interest rate of 7% on a $1 million mortgage right now today, your mortgage payment is $6,653. If we were to wait, let's say we wait a year for the rates to go down to 5%, that same $1 million mortgage would be $5,368. That's a substantial difference. There's a $1,285 difference per month in your mortgage payment. Now, when you multiply that by 12, that's costing you an extra $15,420 a year. So I can totally understand why you would want to wait for the mortgage rates to drop. Totally understandable when you look at those numbers only. Again, $1,285 per month times 12, a difference of $15,420. But let's look at something that a lot of people are not taking into consideration when they're waiting on the sidelines for the mortgage rates to drop. Today, you can buy that house for, let's call it $1,200,000. You're going to mortgage the $1 million like we're using as an example. If we have a $1 million property, and that property goes up in value over the next year, 5%, that would equate to a $50,000 equity growth. Now, you can see on the screen right now, I'm showing you highlights of 3 different cities in Orange County where the equity growth in the last 12-month rolling average is actually higher than 5%. But I'm using a 5% because 5% is a very healthy annual equity growth. For those of you that think pricing is going to decline and go down, we've already seen the low points in our pricing. We saw that in late 2022 and early 2023 where the prices bottomed out, and we're now starting to see that equity growth happening again. So using a 5% equity growth is not unreasonable. And I think if you're anticipating pricing to go down, you're not going to see that happen because of supply and demand issues. So again, let's get back to the numbers. If you're going to make $50,000 in equity in the first year of owning that property, 5% times a $1 million property, $50,000. And if you were to remove from that the $15,420 in extra payments that you paid, you would actually be left with a net of $34,580. You can see on the screen, this is what you're losing out by waiting. So by waiting on the sidelines for a 5% potential mortgage versus taking a 7% mortgage now, you're losing out on this equity growth. And that obviously equity growth gets compounded. But the other thing that you're missing out on as a renter is the tax savings. There are substantial tax savings when you own a property that you can write off against your taxes. So it's not just $34,580. There are additional tax savings that you can take advantage of. So by waiting on the sidelines, you're actually losing money. Now, let's say that you decided that you wanted to wait 1 year and you buy your $1 million property a year from now, right? And you mortgage that $1 million property a year from now. Now that property is not worth $1 million. It's actually worth $1,050,000. So now you're actually financing $1,050,000, and that difference in payment is $269 a month for that extra $50,000. If you took that extra $50,000 and that little payment of $269 and took it over the entire term, the 360 months of your mortgage, that equates to $96,840. So over the life of your mortgage, by waiting until next year to purchase, you're going to pay more for the house. It's probably going to be a higher demand because if mortgage rates have gone down, which they probably will go down, it's going to be in higher demand. So it's going to be harder for you to get into that house. But if it only stays at 5% equity growth, you're paying a $50,000 premium on top of what you can buy it for today. And over the long term, that's $96,840 that you're going to lose out on. So there's lots of advantages to buying now. And it's not just about the realtor telling you that it's a great time to buy. It's about the numbers. Follow the numbers. They don't lie. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. You can reach me at terry@leclairere.com.